Hello and welcome. We are Team No Name, and today we will be presenting CRM solution and its implementation for Green Incorporation. Briefly going over the agenda, we'll start with SCQ, followed by a brief overview of the CRM solution and its implication. Then we'll look into few prototypes and the different options that are available. We'll end the presentation by giving our recommendation and the next steps, as well as website demo for the CRM. To break down our problem, we use this approach called SCQ, which stands for Situation, Complication, Question. With the background information that we have, we know that Green Incorporation is a privately owned investment company whose customer base is growing. We understand the complication arises when the business is trying to manage its customer base and create a long-term sustainable strategy. That's why the question that we will be answering in this presentation is, how does a mid-sized private investment firm establish a strong CRM foundation for growth and customer client satisfaction? Now, with the question in mind, let's talk about CRM and what it would mean to have it as a solution. So to start off, as the name states, customer relationship management, it really allows a business to understand its customer more effectively. If a business understands who their clients are and what the client's needs and want from the business are, then the information can help them grow stronger relationships with customers and earn more loyalty. In addition to that, CRM allows for greater integration and communication between departments, making the flow of information much smoother and breaking organizational silos. CRM can also provide analytics, a feedback system, and more importantly, allow us to create a marketing strategy that helps the business with reaching out to select target customers, or in this case, investors. Lastly, collaboration is made easy for employees, and the application allows for higher scalability, which is significant for Green Inc. Moving on to talking about some of the downsides that we have with CRM. CRM is only effective if it's used properly. That means without a solid process and a plan in place, it would be pointless to spend time, money, and resources on this solution. In addition, there will be changes that need to be made in processes such as data entry, which can be inconvenient. And lastly, there is also the cost aspect that needs to be considered when making the decision. There's a great visual on the left side of the screen talking about some of the primary features of CRM. Having these pros and cons in mind, I will pass it on to Lavender to talk about the need for CRM.
Hi, let's talk about some statistics how the CRM will help the business growth. 86% of the customer would pay more to get a better service. CRM system improve customers' retention rates, which lead to a profit increase of 25 to 85%. Also encourage customer to spend more, roughly 20 to 40% more on the company products. As a result, CRM boosts the company's revenue up to 60% on the average, as well as 300% for conversation rate between sales and customers. Next slide, please. And we have used Figma to design our UI solution for Green Incorporation. Our CRM system contains all departments that they need for the daily operation and should provide a faster and convenient communication for the operation. The CRM system would generate summary reports with the data entered from each department, which will help Green Incorporation create or adjust the business strategy, manage and build relationship with customers, and ensure data accuracy to have competitive advantage in the market. Next slide, please. Especially our CRM system have backup, restore, update, offline mode update, and feedback features to help prevent loss or corrupt data for Green Incorporation. In addition, we also have user profile feature where Green Incorporation user can add information and activity history to track of progress. Next slide, please. Here is one of the 7 departments UI that our CRM system has, sales department. We have our objectives and agenda to follow up the progress. Salesforce team design sales strategic and tasks to improve selling. And the customer success planner to ensure our Salesforce team on the right track of providing the exceptional service and quality products to our customer. Another important feature, next slide, please. Another important features that the system has is the customer service, which would help Green Incorporation evaluate the customer needs and improve the customer service by providing a live chat. Customers list, which helps support team to follow up the customer as needed. Customer accounts, which also help the record keeping and track of the tasks needed. Importantly, we have the opportunity to plan out the prospect companies and potentially create business strategy to help close the deal. Now I am passing on to Vid.
All right, thank you, Lavender. So let's talk about the two options available when considering CRM, on-premise and cloud. On-premise, we need a physical server, so the company would need to hire someone else to take care of maintenance. But in turn, the company will have more privacy and flexibility. But there will be higher chain of manual errors, longer wait time, and hard to scale. While the cloud, on the other hand, doesn't have those difficulty, since the third party will providing most of the resource, making this more friendly approach. Next slide. So here the weak cost of comparison between the option and cloud clearly outweigh the on-premise solution. Next slide. So as we mentioned before, with our proper goal and strategy alignment, the CRM application would not be nearly as effective. That's why we are providing 4 major goals to keep in mind. First, improving customer satisfactions. CRM indirectly improve customer experience through faster response time, better quality, and accessible information. Second, we want to improve efficiency, both in terms of employee productivity and process efficiency. Third, CRM should be one of the primary factors that help drive digital innovation and provide new marketing opportunity, leading to a better brand and bigger customer base. Last but not least, CRM directly affects team like sales and support. With a better organization, we eventually help us with a better decision making and overall improvements.
Okay, thank you so much, Viet. And now we're going to be moving on to the overall approach of how to implement CRM. Our first step will be to look at the target market, which we analyze to be adults from the ages of 20 to 50 years old with savings. Step 2 is to how to keep those customers from returning back to this business, which will be by sales and memberships. Step 3 is to get feedback from customers by surveys and to analyze if a new CRM model will be beneficial, as well as informing the stakeholders. Step 4 will be to ensure smooth transition to the CRM model, as well as to adapt to any changes and to analyze the risks. Step 5 is to execute the CRM model, making sure that the CRM model follows the guidelines as well as accomplished goals that we talked about in the previous slide. Step 6 is to make sure that the CRM model is effective by the long term by looking at reports and analyzing everything. We will now be moving on to the dashboard in the React app that we created to give a sense of how a CRM model will look like. This is the dashboard with a bunch of reports to analyze investors' portfolio markets and to make sure that they get what they need, as well as customer support, which is what Lavender had talked about, and just making sure that we get correct feedback and improving that business. Customer users, which will be giving general and detailed information to make sure that they get correct marketing, as well as the opportunity deals, which will deal with getting potential clients that have not yet been clients to this business and making sure that we grow this company. And lastly, we would just like to say thank you so much to MISSO as well as to HCSS for this hackathon, and this is Team No Name.
10 seconds again.
Thank you.